there, this is Beth, and gonna do a little Masa Ink Spray tutorial and kind of talk about how it all got started for me. It started out with these trees, and this is a torn paper. This is magazine, and then ink sprays, and then whatever. And it started out with this. This was the first one I did. I'd drawn this little curly-Q tree, and then I decided to do this. And the next one is this one, which I really like how this one turned out. That. And once again, whoops. There's a lot of texture that goes on with this one, and that's kind of what I like about it with the magazine bits. Which led to this experiment. Oops. The desk isn't big enough. Of using masa, torn masa. This is all masa, the tree is. And down here too is all masa with ink sprays in the background. And then I did these squares, and then all of a sudden I decided to line in the background of the tree. See that a little better. So that's happened, which I really liked how things were going. So back out. I did this, which I really like, with the line work, and then you can't really see it. It doesn't read, but it does. Let's see if we. Oh, there you go. See those little circles? Those are little white circles that I drew. May or may not translate. Well, we'll find out later. But this tree, which I really loved, and used some fluid acrylic gold ink down here to kind of give it some sheen. And I think this middle part too looks a little glossy. It's got some acrylics in it, whereas this up here is ink sprays. It started out kind of collage ink sprays. I can't remember. No, I think this one. Yeah, I put collage under this one too. I don't always collage them. Then I did this one, and I wanted to try the line work out here, and I hated it. And I'm not so sure now. If I don't know, I may finish the line work here and take it up. I don't know what's going to happen with this one. I'm not hating it. What's wrong with as much as I did in the beginning. And so it's these little things that I've been making. And on masa. Masa is a type of rice paper. It's really super thin and fun to kind of, I got it, if I can get this out. Come on, Masa. Yeah, don't want to come out. It's very thin. Very thin, very see-through. There's my hand. You can see the color of my hand through. And this was like 100 sheets, and it was $5, something like that. But I take the ink sprays, and this kind of use it to mop up. Sometimes I will spray. Sometimes they'll end up with inks or acrylics on them. But I like to scrunch them up first. So this is kind of what happens, is I get these pieces of paper, brightly colored paper, that I tear up. Like, see this one, that was so pretty. Get a good, much color going on there. But you can get some really gorgeous variations of color going on. And these are all kind of just done ones that I shove in my bag till I'm ready to use them. And here's one that I've just been, I keep holding it up like I'm doing on my computer for other stuff, that I've been dabbing at things with. And they've started to, I can go a little longer, creep, and there you go, here's the one. Right here, the book's too big, is some of the masa right there, that bright bit. And I'm starting to really enjoy, let me get to the part that I really love, right there. That's a masa. Isn't that pretty? And so it's starting to creep into just general collage in itself. So how I do it is I do this first. I get a nice little ball of paper. Let's see, who do I want today? I'm just going to grab some. Let's see, we got, I don't like London Blue. Let's see, what do I want? Okay, purple, London Blue, and let's see here. You know, I'm just going to use the orange because the orange and the purple can actually really, I'm just going to use what I have here. So I crumple it up real good. So you got this really nice crumply bit. And it has two different sides. One side is very smooth and the other side's kind of textured. I don't pay that much attention to it. I guess it just depends on what you're doing with it. Because originally I got these to do watercolor. And then you just start spraying. That was a purple, and I'm using Dilutions ink sprays. I really enjoy them. I think they make pretty stuff. Sometimes the spray nozzles can be a little bit crappy, but overall, most of the ones I have are not. Like this one's a little, London Blue's been a little cranky today. I haven't used it in a while though. I feel like I want anything else in here. This is like my favorite color. It's the Dirty Martini. But you just kind of keep going until you kind of like how things look. See, and they kind of have different feels on each side. And this one I feel it's too much blue all of a sudden. You just keep going until you get something you like. Let's just leave those splatters. And you can do splatters. I've used ink before. If you think you have too much in, you can take another masa and go in there and pick up color, and it will pick up. There, it has a little much. The masa, when it's wet, can be very fragile, so you got to be careful. But you can scrunch it up some more. And since I'm tearing mine up, I don't care what happens to it. Look at that purple and that orange. I kind of like the color that the purple and the orange make together. It creates this really pretty color. This one's kind of, let's see, I feel like it needs something. It needs, what do we got here? Bubblegum pink. This is like a favorite. One of my more recent acquisitions, and I feel like bubblegum pink almost makes everything. I think my Frelly, I've used the orange a lot, obviously, but that nozzle's kind of crappy. I had the orange longer too. I think my favorite colors that I use all the time are probably the Dirty Martini, Vibrant Turquoise, and Cherry Pie. Those are like the three colors I started with, and I think I picked up an orange and like Midnight something or another, which I both really like. The Midnight and the orange, whatever the hell it is, Midnight something, make really nice colors with the orange. But there that is, and that's just one way to do it. And a lot of times, like this one was created by mopping up after spraying things that I didn't want too much on. So you can create them 2 different ways. I whip my brushes on these things these days. I do lots of different things, so I always have a bunch of these to tear up and use for collage. And that is my simple and easy Masa Ink Spray tutorial. I love these things. I use them all the time lately. And they're even like little just pieces of art in themselves sometimes. Sometimes you'll get one that's so pretty that you're like, I don't want to destroy you, and then I tear it apart. Anyways, let's see. What if I quit? I don't want anything to... And you know, you can use them if you're doing drips. Pick up puddles of stuff. They're just easy. They're handy. They're handy. They're fun. They're easy to make. And if you ever come across Masa, something you can do with it other than paint with it. All right. Bye-bye.